Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday show. Rangers v Motherwell at Hampden Park in the semi-final of the League Cup. Joining me on the show today is the old gunslinger, Albert. How we doing, mate?
No bad, mate. How you going? You didn't want to make a mess of that one, the old gunslinger. Hey, I'm fine, mate. How are you?
I've got a wee chest infection, mate. I'm hoping to get through this show without any bother. If you hear a lot of coughing and spluttering and a killing air or somebody, don't worry about it. I'll get back up.
Aye, good man. Good man.
Anyway, we're looking forward to this game today, mate.
I always look forward to seeing the Rangers, mate. You know that. A good chance to get in a cup final. Playing against a Motherwell team that's a bit up and down, to say the least. We've already beat them once this season. So, you see, no reason to see we can't beat them again. But I'm looking forward to it, mate. Definitely looking forward to it.
Aye. We beat them 2-1 at Ibrox earlier on in the season there. I think Tav scored and Dessers scored and a proper own goal, I think it was as well, if I remember right. Wasn't much a game that day either. Kind of evenly matched sides, mate. And I think it'll be more of the same today. There's no great difference in the sides on form or on the points in the Premier League, you know.
Aye, mate. It's a difficult one for both teams, especially the Rangers with the situation that they're in at the moment, but not impossible, mate. It's just one of the things. You need to go on, mate. You need to just strap yourself in, buckle up and go on, mate. It's just as simple as that. So I'm looking for a decent game, but I think it will be a decent game today. Aye,
well, hopefully we'll come out on top. It might be a bit of a struggle to get into our stride, but I can see us winning it. 2-1 seems to be a kind of popular score against Motherwell. So would that do you today? Would you be quite happy with that?
Delighted, mate. I'll take that any day, any game at the moment. For us, as long as it's 2-1 for us, definitely, mate. No, I'm set with that.
Right then, suppose we better get the teams announced. You want to do the Rangers side, mate?
I will do, mate. I will do. Team is Butland, Tavernier, Suter, Balogun, Jeffrey. Midfield is Barn, Raskin, Lawrence, Tierney, Bayrami, and then the up front is Dessers. The subs are Kelly, Proper, Diomande, Dowell, Sterling, Casemiro, Igmani, Hadji, and Danilo.
A couple of changes for the game during the week there. Jeffrey returns and who else is talking? Cherny returns. Apart from that, not much change there, mate.
No, not much change at all, mate. It begs the question, doesn't it? Was Jeffrey and Cherny really necessarily getting dropped for Wednesday's game? You know what I mean? It's done and dusted now, but you still got to ask the question, you know what I mean? And questions will be asked as the season goes forward with these types of decisions for whatever reason. But two changes, mate. That's the team, mate. It's the manager's not got much choices, you know what I mean, in certain positions. He's just got to keep going with what he's got at the moment and hope it all clicks. But that is the team, mate. No, I've not a problem with it.
I'll be fair, I didn't expect Jeffrey to get taken out during the week, but most people have been quite happy when they've seen the team sheet and Casemiro was there. Just as strong a player, I would have thought. The big miss was Cherny with his recent run of goals, and I'm glad to see him back in the lineup today again.
Aye, absolutely, mate. Aye, the boys had a rich fought by streaker for him. So you've got to keep that going and keep him in the team as long as possible. Know what I mean? Because you know yourself, it goes up, form goes up and down as the season goes along. But we definitely missed him. We definitely missed him. Young Jeff is just—he's saying he's resting him with advice for the infamous fitness department. So he's following advice. Me personally, I wouldn't follow the advice they gave us. I'll tell you that right now.
And the Motherwell team, as their line-up is Oxborough in goal, Coletta, Casey, Gordon, Palmer, Seddon, Wilson, Andy Halliday, young Lennon Miller, Malawici, and Stamela Populus. I think we'll just call him Stam in case we're going to bring his name up again all better, do you think?
Aye, Stam will do, mate. We just like making things simple. Aye, Stam will do fine, mate. I don't know. I mean, I don't watch them a lot apart from the play of the Rangers, same as our team, but I know their form's a bit up and down. So they're going through a wee bit of a rough time at it as well as ourselves. But this is a cup game, mate. You know, cup games. Anything happen in cup games, form can come back in cup games. So that's what I'm looking for anyway. I'm looking for the Rangers to bounce back for Wednesday, mate.
Well, the boy Oxborough is obviously taking the goalkeeping jersey for Kelly, who joined us, Liam Kelly, who joined us. I think he's only been there for the season. The boy Coletta, I think he's Gambian or something, is he not?
I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure what he is. I mean, you look at that team of theirs and you're going, I mean, I'm not looking at them. Most of the players you know nothing about. You've heard of Halliday, you've heard of Miller. The boy Wilson, I think I've heard of him. But the rest of them, no. I've never heard. And they could all be in that team last season for all I know. Because I don't pay much attention to the opposition. I should, but I don't.
They've got a good couple of young boys in their side. The young boy Ewan Wilson, 19-year-old kind of left-sided player who's started most of the games this season, under 21 international for Scotland, and a good high prospect. And of course, the Lennon Miller, who's one of the most sought-after young talents in Scotland, captains the side now, and a big future in front of that boy, eh?
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. See, this is the advantage Motherwell will go to our Rangers. They've no choice but bring these players in, but they stick with them. I mean, as you say, the boy Wilson's been in most of the games, and the boy Miller's now the captain of their team. They've got the luxury to do that, whereas we've not got that luxury. It's win-win-win with us. They want to win, of course, they want to win, but you can blood these boys in and bring them on, and it works. It works. If you've got the talent, it works. As the boy Miller and the boy Wilson are proven, if you've got that initial talent there and the desire, it works a treat. It works a treat. But we are not afforded that luxury, mate.
No, they actually get the chance to bring young players into their side and give them a decent run. Up front, they've got the boy Malawici, I think he's a former Wolves boy. And that's Stam, who was an Australian internationalist. I think he scored 17 goals in 27 games, I think it was, for Newcastle Jets in the Australian League. No played, I don't think, in international since the Japan game where they drew one each and he came on as a substitute. That's all I know about him. But all in all, I think they're kind of even balanced side. And as you say, they either will give us problems or will run out the top of them. That's the two alternatives today, I think.
I mean, personally, I think it's down to Rangers, what Rangers turns up. We're not actually sure what we're going to get. I mean, we get the Malmo and what's that other one we played. We get that, the European Rangers turning up, we'll run over the top of them. But if we get the league form Rangers turning up, we'll struggle. We always struggle for whatever reason. But let's see who turns up. We know we can do it. But can we do it? As everybody keeps saying, on a consistent basis, and that's the big question. But it's a cup game, mate. It's a one-off. It's one of the games that whoever team wants it will get it. Let's put it that way, because I think at the moment with the form, we're basically level. I don't think there's much between the two teams at the moment because of the form. And if we, as I say, we turn up, we'll win. But equally, if we don't turn up, Motherwell have got a chance of causing you damage, mate. There's no doubt about that.
Well, the support have had plenty to say since Wednesday. So if you want to get a point of view over on the game today, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
That's it. Just give us a phone call and you'll get through to our lovely assistant, Tel, who will sweet talk you and then we'll phone you back and bring you into the call. What do you think the big difference is about the European games and our league forum, mate?
Well, everybody's been asking that, I suppose, isn't they? And we're all scratching our heads. Me, Peter, I came out with the other night saying that what's the bonus money for Europe? What's the bonus money for league wins? You know what I mean? Because I don't know. It seems strange that we can do in Europe. And you can say that teams come out and have a go at us, and which I suppose they do up to a certain level. But does that justify the big swing in form for us? I don't know if it does. I don't know. But again, Europe, we scored goals. We scored 2 against the Malmo. We scored 4 against Bucharest there during the week. We've scored against Moscow team as well. So we score, and it's all about doing score, and it sounds stupidly simple, doesn't it? It really does. We don't score enough goals. We keep saying it. We don't score enough goals. I think it's as simple as that, mate. If we score goals, the games just change. We all say it, goals change games, and it's right. It's totally correct, mate. And we don't score enough. That's just as simple. In my opinion, that's as I don't know about the European teams come out and play against us, which they do. Don't get me wrong. But you see the difference with Lyon. The Lyon game is a good example. I know we all look at the Malmo and the Steaua game, but the Lyon game is the one that you learn the most out of. We had chances to put them, I wouldn't say put them to bed or put them away, but we had chances really to put them under pressure by scoring goals, and we missed every one of them. That's a different game altogether, mate. If we put the early chances away completely, even maybe know them all, but even just some of them, or even the majority of them, put them away. They're under pressure, so we don't. And the big difference is all over the park. The defence was so with ours. Their midfield was slightly better than ours. But their forward line was superb, absolutely superb. I mean, the 3 of them across that forward line just ripped us apart. And you've got to give them 10 out of 10 for that. And that's the big difference in it. That's the big, huge difference. So they proved a point. We missed the chances. They take the chances. Game just swings in favour of them, and they just go to have a comfortable win. If we could actually adopt what they do and do it in our game, you'll see the form changing, mate. It's all about goals.
Okay, I think we've been joined by Carol. Afternoon, Carol.
Good afternoon, Bridge and Oxbear. I hope that's right. It's Bridge and Oxbear, isn't it? You know Oxbear, Albert.
Aye, if you call me Bridge once more, I'm cahooting you right off, mate. It's Fox here.
So who is it is on?
Fox and Albert.
Oh, Fox and Albert. Bridge, man, I don't know where to go that way. Right, I mean, you see what you were talking about before, just before you called back, about learning lessons. I mean, I watched the Rangers gone to games, I'm talking about, for 1959 right up to 3 years ago. And you know how many times I've heard we'll learn lessons? Can you actually believe how many times I've heard that for a manager? Lessons will be learned for this, we'll learn for this, we'll learn for that. We don't learn anything. We really don't.
Yeah, so we're talking basically about Clement then, or Bela for him, etc. Is that who we're talking
Every
about?
manager, I've heard that for so long, every manager says the same thing. Even managers all over the country will learn lessons. We never learn lessons. You get taught lessons, get smacked, but nah, I'm a bit trepidatious for the day. I know I've got them to win on my betting line, you know, but I do that anyway. I can't put anybody against us, you know, because that's how I'm.
I don't blame you for that, Carol, but I think we'll just go to wait and see what kind of performance we'll get today. It won't matter.
Well, I'm hoping a rollover one. You know, we're going to good them.
It won't matter to what the fans at present are thinking about the manager. If we get a result today, it'll last a wee bit of praise for him maybe an hour or two, and
you
then
know
it'll
the
go
thing
back
about this
to
with
the league for him, you know.
You see this thing with the manager, it's all right saying sack the manager, sack this, but you've got to remember, see when the manager comes in, he brings in all his backroom staff with him. I mean, it's not just one man you're getting ready. It's about 8 or 9 people. It's a lot of money.
Well,
you can't do these things anymore.
I agree with you, Carol. I agree with you. It's the time for this rinse and repeat nonsense has got to stop. The John Gilligan's already said that, and I totally agree with him, man. You've got to have some sort of stability. You've got to go through some rough patch to get the stability. Well, so be it. But what I don't want is Clement sacked. We start this, as you've pointed out, we start it all over again, and all his background staff, and then we pay out all that money, and then we get to October next year, and whoever comes in by chance might know do anything different, and we get the same results, and we're back again. Here we go again. It's nonsense, mate. It needs to stop. It just needs to stop. And we need to get back to the Rangers.
I'm the same way. See, sack the board. How can you sack a board? We've got no say in the matter. Sack a board. You know, the guys put the money in. They're on the board because they've got millions. Most of us are sitting here trying to scrape a couple of pennies together. Are you kidding? I mean, you've got to...
Shares, they've got all the shares. You can't say
that's what I mean. They're putting in money. It's all right to say, no, I bought my season ticket, I bought this, and I bought a couple of tops. That's nothing to do with it. You're talking big money.
Just
you know, big money.
Quite right there, Carol. Anything else you'd like to add before we bring in another caller, pal?
No, I'm just going to say, we are the people. We're going to do them, and we'll do that mob when we get them in the final and all. Right, okay. All the best, boys. Thank you very much.
Well done, Carl. See you later, pal.
Right.
Bye.
He likes to rush through his points a bit, Carol, doesn't he?
He's fear of that phone he has. It keeps attacking him. He hears yelling, "Oh, you're my way."
But he has got a point about the board. All this outcry about get rid of the board. Aye, if you want to step up with 20 million and take their place, I'd put you in the board tomorrow, you know.
Well, what it is you can't get rid of the board. We know that. The majority of shareholders. You can't sack a majority of shareholders. Shareholders. It's impossible, mate. What you can do is ask questions of their decision making regarding the football. You can definitely ask that, mate. You can definitely bring that up and say, hold on a minute, are you doing the best for the club by sitting in a position and making the decisions you're making? No. Well, as you know, I think it's time you stood aside, no away, no get sacked, no, just step aside and let other people who maybe could do a better job in the positions of the football making or the football decision making. That's a reasonable thing to ask because of where we sit and the players we're bringing in and what's happened over the last, at least 5 years, mate. Questions really need to be asked. Since they actually took over it, the questions really need to be asked about some of the decisions. Aye, that's fine. Aye, that's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with the support getting upset with that. But sacking boards and sacking managers continuously, no. They need to get back to what Rangers used to do. We didn't get through managers like that. We always gave managers times to settle in and to show us what they've got. At the moment, it's just a case of lose a couple of games, you're out, get him out, he's rubbish, get him away. We've no beat Celtic. We've no beat them. We never settled to beat them. We just keep chopping and changing and panicking. It's nonsense. Calm down. He will get it right. He definitely will get it right.
Well, we're hoping that way. I mean, the way some of your support are going on, mate, they'd have sacked Winston Churchill when Dunkirk happened, you know. But never mind. I do agree with some of them. It's right to have your doubts. But I just think, I spent yesterday, mate, reading the forums and looking at podcasts. Jesus Christ, there's people, some drama queens out there, mate. Honest to God. I mean, I don't know. I used to go to the game, mate, enjoy the game of football. It's a day out with your mates. Have a couple of hours after the game in the pub talking about it. Get home and get a cuddle off the wife if you get beaten, then out for the night. That was the end of the drama for me. But to go on and on about it all week's a bit ridiculous to me. Don't know what you think.
I mean, I don't like getting beat. Well, same as any Rangers supporter or any supporter of any club, let's be honest about it. Nobody likes getting beat. But the fact of the matter is, if your team never get beat, what have you got to celebrate? Because you'd be bored. Ibrox would empty if you win every week. Trust me, it would empty. If you're winning a home and away every week, it would just empty. If you want proof of that, look what happened in 2012 and look at the league and attendance there. One team's winning everything and winning all the games. Where's the crowds? Can't fill their stadiums. Nobody wants to go and watch that, a procession, and that's what it is, a procession. You've got to have competition, mate. And to get competitions, you've got to take some defeats along the way. You don't have to like it. Nobody's saying like it and accept it. You strive to get better and you strive to win the games. But let's be honest, I would rather prefer getting some defeats and have a vibrant competition and enjoying it. And then when you feel you've achieved something and you've won it, than just a procession, just a game after game, or one after one after one, and then nobody actually comes near you. What is that? That is no football, mate. That's not the way I know football. It's not even competitive or a competition. It's a joke, an absolute joke. So that's my thoughts on that. Carl was going on about we never learn anything. It's just cliches, mate. The whole of football is full of cliches, and same we're going to learn. That's just another one. We all say it. We all follow the party line when it comes to these cliches. And the boys that ask the questions and the fan media when they're at the club, they're the same. They just follow it as well. What else is there to ask? Every question that's ever going to be asked of football has already been asked. You're just repeating it somewhere along the line, mate. So you've got to just sober up and say, well, learn the lesson. It's no use learning a lesson for a 4-0 victory at Ibrox against a very good team. I'd rather learn the 3 or 4. What was it? The Leon game? Was it 4-1? Learn that lesson and go, how did they do that? Because they weren't that much better a team as their forward line was, but the rest of their team wasn't. So it's just goals, mate. That's the lesson you learn. Put the ball in the net. And you need to say to yourself, if we're not doing that, well, whoever's not doing it needs to come out of the team. I'm not going to start picking them players at the moment, but you know what I'm saying. You need to score goals, mate. Simple. And that, again, is a cliche. We've heard it 1,000 times. Nothing's changed. Nothing ever changes in football, mate. It's just if you're in form or out of form. We happen to be out of form at the moment.
Now, the one thing I would say about your comments there, when 2012 happened and we were in a bit of bother, the fans stood up and stood behind the club. And I wish they would do that at this time and all. This is just as crucial for me as it was back then.
Yeah,
anyway,
absolutely.
Suppose we better get back to the game. You want to read the team out again for those who have joined us?
Yep, no bother, mate. The team is Butland, Tavernier, Suter, Ballaghan, Yefty, Barron, Raskin, Lawrence, Cherney, Bayarami, Dessers. Substitutes: Kelly, Proper, Diomandi, Dowell, Sterling, Casemiro, Bigaman, Hadji, and Danilo.
Right, we've been joined by our Kilmarnock there. You could hear him making a wee bit of noise there. Afternoon, Kilmarnock.
Good afternoon, lads.
How you doing, Paul?
Well, I'm kind of... I've just come off that Kingston Bridge, and I've driven onto Wallace Street, and the lights have just changed. And I went through the lights, and just to choose phones, fucking guys right on the fucking side of me.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
So I've swapped details, and I'm just continue my road out of Hampden, know what I mean?
Are you okay?
I'm a mental, know what I mean? I'm in a Volvo, so Harley moved.
So he's crashed into a tank, basically.
Right.
So that's a bit mental, man. But there we go. Just phoned and I'm driving through the lights changed and bang. The whole side of it. In a Passat. These things happen, you know what I mean? The guy that's got a red light, I've got a witness behind me. He's got listen, he says he jumped the red light. So
he's saying to you?
The guy behind me went, no, he went through the red light. The witnesses gave me the photos and the guy did say it was his fault, so you know what I mean? The insurance was sorted out. So it's one of these things.
Every day's a drama, isn't it, Kilmarnock? Every day's a drama. Anyway,
Or clear status messages, I don't know what that's going to say. But anyway, aye, again, he didn't change, does he? He's never going to change his setup, so we just need to hope for the best today. And Kearney's back, he's been good form. He's been providing goals, he's been scoring goals. Boris has been scoring goals, so you know what? Let's get into this game with a bit of confidence and need to take 2 or 3 off him. I think.
Yeah, do you think so? Where do you think we'll take control of the game today? In the midfield, do you think we're strong enough in the midfield to control this game, mate?
Again, we've got Barron and Raskin, two wee guys, but 2 wee workhorses. So, and Hampden's not that much bigger actually. I used to always think it was bigger, but it's actually no. It's more or less the same size. But they'll do their usual, a lot of work in the middle of the park. Just as long as I think we will score. Just need to keep the back door shut because this team can collapse at any time. They just get any confidence in them. Crouch hasn't any confidence in them. Don't know if we get any confidence in themselves, but there we go.
What's unnecessary today is we need to get more people in the box when we go forward, mate. I think that's a big problem. Having Dessers up there on his own, when your wide men stay wide and your midfield don't get into the box is a big problem for us, I think. You agree with that?
Aye, but even then, Dessers doesn't get into the box fast enough. There was a thing against Aberdeen. I don't know who it was that was doing the left-hand wing. I think it was Bajrami. And you look at the camera, he cuts the ball back to the edge of the box. You're going, where are your players here? And then about half a second later, Dessers appears, and nobody was kind of moving up. Bajrami's battling down that left-hand wing, and the whole team only coming up, especially the front and the mid. And you're going, I don't think that's bad coaching. I think that's just players that aren't switched on. You need to move with the ball. If he's moving back, he's all move back. If he's moving forward, just move forward. It's quite a simple game. I think they overcomplicate it.
But for me, the front two have actually for either to move inside and give them some bodies round about them, Dessers, or where defenders come up and drive through the middle to help the attacking in the midfield to gaze these bodies round about the box. If you leave Dessers up there stranded, he's usually against 2 centre-halves and doesn't get much of a chance at strikes at goal, mate. And that's a problem for me. Albert?
Aye, it's part of a problem, it definitely is, and that's a fact. That's what actually happens. But my problem with Dessers, apart from being a bad player, which I just think he is, I'm not hiding it, I just think he is a bad player. But mate, nearly every goal that he's ever scored for Rangers came between the posts. And on Wednesday, you look at him, and he's doing this in a lot of the games. He's no between the posts, mate. He's at back posts. He's miles away for the Dalhart said. He's not up with play. Or if he is up with play and a winger's going down the wing, watch where he is. He should be timing he's running to get across a defender. So when the ball does come in, you're across the defender for tap-ins or try to deflect it. But he's always at the back post waiting for crosses to come all the way across to him. He's got to play between the posts, mate. He's been told before about this. I'm sure Clement told him this. And he started doing it and he started scoring goals all over the place. Now all of a sudden he's starting to drift all over the place. And he does that, which I call stupid running, when he's supposed to trying to close people down. But I know, everybody knows he's never getting to that player. But he's going to run, that half-hearted run he has. Look, I tried to get to him. No, I mean, if you were a football player and all, you would anticipate where the ball's going. And if you're going to try and close somebody down, you'd anticipate the ball going to him, and you'd be on your bike to give yourself that 2 or 3 yard start. So when the ball does get him, you're right on him, you're right next to him. Instead of that, he's always reactory, and it's that kiddie on running and waste of time running. It just annoys me. You're just wasting energy, mate. That's nothing. But the big problem with him is he's not between the posts. What a good centre forward should do. He's always sniffing about there. He's always in there, run about. He is never in there, ever. You can look at Barjami or Cherney or McCausland or whoever's on the wing, going down the wings and they're going to whip a ball. Just see if you freeze it there, right there and then, and look at our ball. You nobody in there. There's absolutely nobody in the centre of that goal for Rangers. I mean, nobody. Which which dovetails nicely into your point. There's not enough players in the box. It dovetails in. I mean, it's a fact. You can't score if there's nobody in there. You know what I mean? So, I agree totally. I do agree with Kilmarnock as well.
I agree with that, Kilmarnock, but I think that the difference is Dessers is a forward, right? He's not a striker. There's a big difference between a forward and a striker. Forward players make chances for others. I mean, you've got your Jermaine Defoe, who was a striker, who had the wit about him to have good movement in the box and take chances. But he's merely playing a 2 for me. And having him up there as a striker on his own is a big problem for us. Danilo been on the bench and on the way back. I think he's merely a striker than actually Dessers is. What do you think?
Kilmarnock.
Oh, was that me? Sorry. I like Danilo for what I've seen of him. He's definitely got a bit about him. Dessers is just he's too static, isn't he? He's too one-dimensional. And maybe be better in a 3-5-2 or something with somebody playing half him. But Clement's never going to change it, is he? Never in a million years. But we just need to persevere, and hopefully once we start getting a bit of pace back into the front line and get Danilo back in as well, it's different options then, isn't it?
I think I agree with that, mate. It's that he's no. That's his big problem. It's his big problem that everybody's saying. He's no changing his system to suit the players that he's got at hand. That system doesn't suit Dessers. I don't know if the other system with 2 forwards would suit him. But anyway, you've got to get a try it, because the system that we're working now, it hasn't worked, mate. It simply hasn't worked, and it's not going to work if he keeps it up until he gets the players that he thinks can play that sort of football. But that's no Dessers. That's never going to be Dessers. It just doesn't suit him, mate. He doesn't know how to play it, and he's not got the ability to play it. So that's just a fact of life. So we'll need to wait to see what happens going forward, whether he ever will change his mind on his formation.
Anyway, if you have any views on the game today, give us a wee call.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Glad to see Jeffy back today, Kilmarnock and Cherny.
Sorry, I definitely gauge he's a different threat, didn't they? Got a lot of pace about the 2 of them, so yes. A bit plus, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Jeffy for me has been great at going forward. I liked Ridvan before he got injured, but I think Jeffy's went past him now, and is a definite first team starter for me all the time. Yourself, Albert?
I think so, mate. I think he's got more attributes than the wee man's got. I think skill level are around about the same, but Jeffy's, I think, a wee bit faster than him, and he's definitely better in the air than him. So that sort of tilts it towards Jeffy, isn't it, as a first team choice. But I like Jeffy. I do like him.
Quite happy with the midfield, the central defensive partnership with Sutton and Balogun again. He'd be quite happy with that, Kilmarnock.
I don't really rate Suter, to tell you the truth. I like Big Balogun, but again, he's past his prime, and he's. So I'm just moving out the phone here. I've just ran there 5 Motherwell fans. Do I need to claim that under my insurance?
Yourself, Albert, you happy with that partnership?
I'll be honest with you, mate. I think it's the best partnership we'll go at the moment at Ibrox. I think that is, mate. I'm not writing proper half, but he's a lot to learn for the Scottish game. I think the boy's is not a bad player, but he's not strong enough. He's nowhere near strong enough. The fact of the St Mirren boy on the line, right on where byline, he's trying to shepherd the ball out proper, and the guy just muscles him out of the way, and actually it's a shot, albeit a tight angle, but you get a shot away, you're getting it. Son, if you're not going to be that strong, you've got to play the ball. You can't do that, try and hold them off. You should have the experience. You're a 30-year-old centre back. You should have the experience to know that. Why all of a sudden you coming to Ibrox and forgetting and just abandoning your experience and trying to wrestle a wee guy that's been ragdolling everybody all afternoon? And then, because that's when he get taken off, took him off. So at the moment, I think Balogun and Suter were our strongest pairing. It's a sad indictment of what we've got, because Balogun is done. There's no doubt about it. And it's sad when he is still the best defender we've got. Some people need to look at themselves at Ibrox, really do.
And on the wing to Jeff De Barzami or Tav and Cherny, what partnership do you think works best on Marnock? I don't know.
I think about Bajrami, I think, in the that side. Again, and he's scared to trap Tav. He keeps on moving him into midfield, and it's bizarre. It's again. I think it's just his arrogance. He's not listening to 99% of people around about him, because it's his way. And we are all saying about Tav. We have been for a while. And as I say, it's bizarre. He's moving into midfield just to keep him on the team. No rest of him when he should be. So
I made a point the other night there that in the 4-2-3-1, the fullbacks have got to drive inside and leave the wing to the wingers. Do you not see any signs of that happening? I see Tav doing that, and I see Jeff doing that, but both of them are still learning new roles, and maybe it'll take a bit of time to get it to work correctly. We've not got any other options. I don't think Sterling, although he's a good fullback, does well enough whenever he plays in the team. I don't think he offers as much as even enough for him, Tav, for me. Albert?
I agree with that, mate. I agree with that. But see that, what you're saying there about the fullbacks driving into the inside. They do it with the wingers. They say to the wingers, they put the left-footed winger on the right and the right-footed winger on the left. Why are they not doing this with the fullbacks if they want them to drive inside? Because if Jeffty's driving inside, he's on his weaker foot, same with Tav in here. So you sit and say, well, wait, why do you do it with wingers, no do it with fullbacks? As if that, in fact, is what you're wanting to do with your fullbacks, getting them to come in. And I think you're right. I think that's what they're trying to do. But they're not comfortable doing it because they're going on to their weaker foot. So they're always going to want to go on the outside. It's just a natural thing to do, isn't it? It's just one of the things. And you see it with Jeff, he can go up the park so far, but as soon as he's got to cut in, he starts struggling. He's not comfortable in there. And by the way, the boy can use his right foot. You've seen him doing it. He can do it, but he's no comfortable with it. He's really no comfortable with it. And Tav's the same. I mean, I don't think if Tav scored a goal with his left foot. Maybe he has. Maybe I'm wrong, but he doesn't look comfortable cutting in, Tav. He looks better when he's overlapping and playing 1-2s up the wing. He looks a lot better like that than he does cutting in my opinion, that is.
The reason is the fullbacks don't have to be reverse-footed, mate, because once you cut inside, the whole park opens up to you, whereas the two up front playing with different preferred foot on the left and on the right, when they cut inside, it's for shooting at goal predominantly, I would think. Do you agree with that?
Sorry, mate.
I don't like the inverted wingers. You know what I mean? I just think it stops the play, albeit we've not got a striker that keeps up with them. So I suppose when they turn in, it does give Dessers a wee bit of time to get up. Whereas I just prefer people with their right feet play on the right side, people with left feet play on the left side, and this kind of, if you've got 2 feet, then good. But
you're not at Ibrox.
What is it?
Somebody with 2 feet's not at Ibrox.
I know.
I agree with you saying there, mate. And I agree with Fox is saying. I know what you're saying. They're making space for Cherny and Barjami or whoever it is come through. But the trouble with that is the two fullbacks cut in like that, and the midfielders will get the ball. They're giving them the ball. They're not supposed to give them the ball, but they give them the ball. You're saying, no, we're playing for the gap. There's a gap you're aiming at, and the other player that's going to fill the gap should know when to run and when not to run. But we don't do it. And this is what Clement's trying to tell them. What he's coaching them, and he doesn't get a lot of time. I heard people saying, he's got a week to do that. He's got one day, 2 days a week, maybe at tops, and that's between games to coach the team. That's what he's got. That's a fact. Everybody's saying he's got all this time to coach them. He's not. But anyway, that's what he's trying to tell them. And he's saying it will take time for them to settle into this and learn how to do it. I don't like the system, mate. I'm not making an excuse for the system or saying I think the system's a good system. I don't like it. I've seen too many teams throughout Europe now and play that system. They're too easy to play against. Very, very easy to play against. Everybody else, Man City yesterday playing it, and they get gubbed. I know that's their first defeat in a hell of a long time. But you know what I'm saying? It is if you get it right, if teams understand you what you, it's pretty easy to play against. It's not that difficult. And that's the big problem with that system. But again, you've got your midfielders and know what they're doing. And even then, you're no guaranteed to win the games. Standard of player that we've got to Manchester City is night and day, and even they struggle at times because if it wasn't for Haaland, they wouldn't have scored the goals they score. Man, it's a fact of life. They've got a world-class striker.
Aye, well, the thing before 2-3-1 is you're always open to the counter-attack, and I think that's happened to us quite regularly this season when teams break on us because we commit so many men forward. We're open at the back, and these teams usually have pacey forwards against us, and they do create chances, and Motherwell will create chances against us today. Can we beat them and take the win and appear in the final, tomorrow, finally?
Absolutely, 100%. That's what we're here to do. We're here to get through into this final. Time to stand up. With a few games at Hampden at the start of the season. And this is where I think we'll get a benefit of it. A lot of the players are familiar with the park, with the stadium, so it's nothing new to them. So the only advantage we've got for playing the games earlier in the season is today, so we need to take full advantage of it. So I think it's all there for us.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for phoning in and enjoy the game. Enjoy your wee walk. You get 40 to go?
No, I'm just at Cathcart Road at the Prospect Hill.
You'll need to get a gallop on, mate. It's nearly 2:45.
Yeah, I'll be in the bother.
Thanks again for phoning, Dominic. Enjoy the game. Maybe hear from you after it.
Okay, all right, lads. Thank you.
Final word to you, Albert.
Aye, always the right Rangers that turn up and win this game. I'm confident if it is, we'll win the game. But we need to turn up. It's usual, mate. It's the usual things. But aye, I'm looking forward to it, mate. Won the Rangers.
Well, thanks to Carl and Dominic who phoned in. Old School Blue for taking the technicals. And enjoy the game, folks. We'll be back 15 minutes after the final whistle, hopefully to see us go into another final. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Ever since I recall, I have followed football, and ingrained in my heart are the Rangers FC. Through good and the bad, times of happy or sad, it will always be Rangers for me. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. And I vowed to my dad, if I too have a lad, I will show him the way as he did on that day. So now here I stand with young Lyle by the hand, after walking down Paisley Road West. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. There's a great sense of pride that I feel deep inside when I'm watching the Giles with my father and son. And it's sure safe to say at the end of the game, win or lose, we will all follow on. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. That beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life.